Hello and welcome back to Tits, Tums and All Things Mum. I'm here with the lovely Daisy today. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I know. I love it when people are excited to be here.
Oh, it's great. What a great way to start the day.
I know. It's a great Thursday morning therapy session / chat.
It is. So, we all need it.
Oh, my God. 100%. Especially at the moment, we were talking in the green room about how mental life is.
Yep.
Near Christmas, when you've got school-age children, there's just stuff happening everywhere. You've got stuff to remember, stuff to do, friends who want to see you because it's near Christmas, and you're just like, how the fuck?
Yeah, literally, how the hell am I going to fit this all in? It's a juggle, isn't it?
It is really a juggle. Yeah.
It's exciting though. It's nice to feel busy. I always say this to people. Like people say,
Is it though?
Oh, see, I like feeling chaotic and a bit manic. I don't know why, but I weirdly thrive on it.
Yeah, I do thrive on it.
Do you know what I mean?
But I also lose my shit a little bit and forget stuff and drop balls and like there's inevitably going to be something that I've forgotten to do that's important and
Because we were talking about this earlier as well in the green room because we've both got ADHD, which I love because, you know, when you meet someone else that's got ADHD, I feel like you instantly have sort of like an understanding or sort of like a click because certain things that you do, you kind of understand like certain behaviours and like dropping the ball, as you said, like I'll always remember things like at the most random moments. Do you ever get that?
Yeah. I remembered something in the green room that I have to do and I was like, shit, write it down before it leaves my brain because sometimes things enter my brain for like 0.2 seconds.
100%.
And then it's gone and I will spend ages like, what was that thing I was meant to remember and it's gone. So
I have to do things instantly. And like my friends always say like, God, you reply so quickly. And I'm like, yeah, because if I don't do it now, I will forget. Yeah, literally, I will forget.
Yeah.
So I do things like the minute I have to.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. And like, how is life for you as someone who's a bit chaotic and ADHD and trying to remember stuff? Like, do you drop the ball often?
I think occasionally, but I think I've just got used to kind of being in my own skin now. I think it's taken a long time for me to really just feel comfortable as me.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but you know, as you get older, I think we were saying this already, like as you get older, you just become a bit more kind of comfortable in yourself, don't you?
Yeah,
and you get to know the real you. And it does take a while for that. I feel like when you're younger, you're constantly trying to like find out like how you want to dress and how you want to look and like what your identity is. And actually the older you get, you just kind of drop all of that, I think.
Definitely.
Become a little bit more chilled.
You like unmask yourself, don't
100%.
you? And my whole friendship group has changed as well. And like
that's interesting.
All of my friends have got ADHD now. And I think it's just because they're the people that I can be authentically myself around. I can be a dick. I can be chaotic and forget stuff, forget that they've got important things that I was supposed to remember. Yeah. And they get it because they do exactly the same. And I love that.
And you don't want to be around people that make you feel bad for being the way you are. Yeah. I always say this, like, you know, you can't be liked by everybody. Yeah. And I've always been very chilled about that. Like, I don't care if some people don't like me. Yeah. As long as you're a good person and you know that you've got good intentions.
Yes, definitely.
Nothing else matters. You've just got to find your tribe.
Definitely.
You know?
And in true ADHD fashion, we've jumped straight into that chat without you even telling us about yourself. So tell us about yourself.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of like in and outs of conversations, I think.
Honestly, I went out with two of my friends who are both ADHD once and we were talking. And we were talking about like sun cream and stickers and snails getting infested by parasites.
Oh, wow.
And then we went on to like parasites and then zombies and how a zombie apocalypse is going to happen.
It's like word association when you're ADHD. And then you come back to it. At the beginning, you're like, oh, yeah, so back to the conversation that we started 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the answer to that.
But the barman was like, what the fuck?
What's wrong with these women?
And I looked at him and I saw his face and I just laughed. And the girls were like, what are you laughing at? I was like, this barman is like, what is happening right now? And he just laughed and was like, yeah, sun cream, snails, parasite, zombies. And I was like, oh my God.
You covered a lot of subjects.
Yeah, we did. And that was in like 3 minutes as well. So,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, tell us about yourself.
Sorry. So I'm Daisy. On Instagram, I'm Mum About Town. And I started Mum About Town when my marriage was like falling apart. And I think I was trying to find something for me again. I'd become someone that was, you know, very focused on kind of being mum, being wife. I just think I lost myself, to be honest, while I was married. And it only really occurred to me when I got divorced just how much I had lost myself. Yeah. So I started my page just for fun initially. And I think actually all good things that start with just the element of fun at the beginning end up doing quite well. Because if you enjoy it, and you have fun with it, I think there's always like, you know, so much that you can do.
Yeah,
if you take things too seriously at the beginning, I think that's always a bad idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Just enjoy it and have fun with it. So I'm mummy to one little boy called Hugo, who's my world. He is just the best thing ever. And yeah, I called it Mum About Town because a girl about town is someone who like is like in the know and you know, gets around and kind of knows what's going on. And I was like, but I'm not a girl, I'm a mum.
Yeah.
So let's call it Mum About Town. And it's just stuck. And it's weird now. Like a lot of people who I bump into occasionally will be like, oh, you're Mum About Town. And I'm like, it's weird how it's almost, you must get this so much.
Yeah,
but
I'm like, oh yeah, you're a little bit of Lottie. And I'm like, you can just call me Lottie.
Yeah, well, luckily yours is in your name, whereas like a lot of people don't know my name, so it is Daisy. But yeah, no, I love it. It's such an amazing, you know, kind of job, and I do content now for like loads of other businesses, which is great. So I kind of enjoy doing my own page, but I enjoy that kind of visual creative element as well. Like I did art A-level and I'm a trained actress. So all of those skills, I love kind of putting into content and, you know, doing voiceovers and just making exciting kind of authentic content. I'm quite big on like not using filters and stuff. I like things how they are. So if you're going to go to a restaurant, you're going to see exactly what you're going to get from my reel. Not something that's like, you know, trussed up to the nines.
Yeah, I love that. This podcast is proudly sponsored by Cover My Bubble. Emma and Chris lost their baby girl Lily Beth at 1 month old and faced financial struggles on top of their grief due to not having life insurance. Now they help others by offering insurance for parents, children and bumps, covering critical illness to income protection. Visit covermybubble.co.uk to cover your bubble. And that's what social media is kind of heading in that direction, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I don't know if it's kind of going the other way a bit now.
It's up and down, isn't it?
How has your journey to like authenticity been? Have you always been this way, or have you said you've kind of masked a bit? Like, how's it been to get this far? I
always joke and say like the best thing that ever happened to me was to get divorced, because I genuinely feel that if that hadn't have happened, I wouldn't be sat here. I wouldn't be doing my page. I wouldn't have, you know, worked with all these wonderful like brands and businesses. And I feel so grateful that I've been able to go down this path. And I think, you know, until you go through something quite sort of life-changing, I think maybe you don't really ever discover kind of your authentic self. I think actually you almost need to go through those really difficult moments in life to then go, wow, okay, let's reevaluate this. Like, who am I and what do I want to do? And I think for the first time in my 30s, I've finally found like genuine happiness, contentment, you know, and it does take, you know, it does take a while, doesn't it?
But it really does.
Yeah.
Honestly, so many people that I know are getting divorced at the moment, and it's probably because we've all got kids around the same sort of age, and that's the age that puts the pressure on the marriage. But they're thriving, like these women, and they're fit women as well. I'm like, what were these men playing at, losing this girl? Like, seriously, like so many people that I follow online have just become like recently single or divorced, and they're just out living their best lives. They're so happy, they're so content, and it's mental, isn't it?
I love seeing women do well, and everyone that knows me well enough knows that I'm a massive advocate for kind of supporting women, and I like women who cheer other women on. And I think you can't always please everyone. You're not always going to be everyone's cup of tea. But I love seeing women just kind of really put their all into things and just be authentic. I like women who just kind of grasp things, you know, by the balls and just go, I'm going to do this. And you're right. There are so many women just doing amazing things at the moment. And there's room for everybody as well. You know, I think it's lovely to see, you know, so many women thrive and come out of, you know, shit situations and just go, you know what, I'm going to use this to the best of my ability and make something, you know, of my life and of my situation.
I love that. I'm definitely like that though. Like when I go through a shit situation, rather than like moping, I use that as my fuel.
I'm exactly the same.
Which is probably not the healthiest way to live, but like I'll be like, I'll show you.
Yeah, but I actually think it is healthy because I think, you either sink or swim in situations, don't you?
Yeah.
And I'm not one for moping. I don't like the whole woe is me stuff. I'm realistic.
Yeah.
And if I'm having a shit day, I'll always be honest on my page. You know, I'm never going to like sugarcoat stuff.
Yeah.
Like recently, like my mum had a kidney transplant. She's doing amazingly well. But like, there was a couple of weeks recently that were quite bleak.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, life's really taken a bit of a shit turn actually recently. Everything was really great. I had a flood in my home.
Oh no.
And it all just happened at the same time. And I was like, you know what, I've got to be able to, show the light and shade in situations. You can't be people online, in my opinion, who are always kind of just talking about the good bits and the best bits, because actually it's not realistic.
No.
And that's what makes people feel shit about themselves.
Yeah.
So you've got to be able to give the light and shade.
Yeah,
otherwise, I don't think you're doing your job properly, actually, as someone who's a blogger or a content creator, because that's part of life, right?
Yeah, definitely. Although, either way, if you're posting the good, you'll get people being like, you're a show off, or
you're so lucky. I'm like, I work really hard actually.
And then if you post the shit, you'll get people being another influencer crying online, boo-hoo. And
do you ever get this as well? I find like I always lose a couple of followers whenever I'm really honest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't really care though.
Or if I'm
I'm
really
always
well
going to be
in
honest.
Life. Like if something's going really well.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I did my 100th podcast episode and I was posting about that. Like I lost loads of followers and like people were like, you're always bragging about this. And I'm like,
I'm not bragging. I'm just celebrating
living
myself. Yeah.
So you'll never please everyone. So
no, you won't. And that's why, as going back to the original point, like it's so important just to be yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's only one of you.
Yeah, definitely. And I posted a very authentic post the other day.
I did see it.
Of me in my underwear.
I loved it.
And I went to work the next day and that 4 of my colleagues that follow me were there and I couldn't look at them. I was like, you've seen what's underneath my work scrubs.
But I'm going to have to just own it. You though, like... Yeah. Like, well done you for like putting it out there though, and showing, real women as well, I think is so important.
Yeah, definitely.
No filters, no airbrush, no fuss. This is who you are and, you're fab as you are. So put it out there.
Yeah, I just need to do more of it so that my work colleagues are like, this is who she is, not just like a random like, hello. Like they know what's under my scrubs now.
No, I think it's brilliant. More of that, definitely.
But what tips could you give a woman who's not there yet? She's not quite in her authentic self, just to kind of give her that little boost to get there.
I think surrounding yourself with people who make you feel good is so important. And as I've got older, I've distanced myself definitely from not loads of people, but a few people who don't make me feel good. And actually, you need to be with people who accept you for who you are, who you don't walk away from after meeting them feeling worse than you did when you arrived. I mean, there's something wrong there, right? If that's happening. So definitely I would say, if you're not there yet, surround yourself with people that are good for you, that fuel, your soul, that are, like make you feel like great and on top of the world. That is so important.
Yeah.
I also just think like, as we keep talking about it, but just being yourself and not feeling like you need to fit into situations or fit into, a certain stereotype. Just be you, and you is good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, as long as you just keep doing that, I think you do get to a place actually of feeling really content.
Yeah.
And happy within your own skin.
Yeah. And by being you, people that don't make you feel good and that aren't meant to be in your life will eventually fizzle away.
Yeah.
Because the way you are won't resonate with them. It won't fit with their life and what they expect of you. So you will just end up with like the best people in your life.
100%. 100%. And, I'm really lucky that, I've met loads of amazing women, obviously like including yourself and like, through Instagram. And it's so wonderful to meet so many women that are similar to you and you feel that are on similar paths to you. And that's been one of the most exciting things for me actually through doing Instagram and content creation is just meeting such brilliant women.
Yeah.
And who I've made, incredible friendships with, which is just so nice. But then I've got friends who I've been with, since I was 11 years old and we're still in our little friendship group. And I met up with my girls last night actually, and we were saying like, do you think we'll always be this close? And it's kind of a weird dysfunctional relationship where we know everything that's happened since we were 11, but it just kind of works.
Yeah. I've got one friend that I've known for 25 years now, and like she's definitely got ADHD as well. And she's the only
She's drawn to them.
She's the only one that's like stayed throughout life. My other friends are like fairly new in the last 10 years or so, but we've just stuck together like glue.
Yeah,
and
it's
I love
lovely.
it. And we just
those friendships are really special, and you know they don't always work out, and it is hard to maintain any relationship, whether it be a marriage or a friendship, you know, for a long period of time, because it is hard, because we all change, don't we?
Oh yeah,
we all, you know, develop into different people, but yeah, they are special if you can hold on to them. I've got a few friends like that, and it's lovely.
It's lovely, isn't it? So we are going to move on to show and tell now. You have a book to show us.
How exciting. Well, it kind of fits in actually with what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Because my book, which I brought out at the end of last year. Yeah. So it's Mum About Town's Separation Survival Guide. Oh. And it's a little kind of like pocket interactive book, and I deliberately wanted it to be quite small, that you could basically fit it in your bag, and you can take it with you. I just felt like when I got divorced that there wasn't really anything out there to help other women that were going through what I was going through. And I'm 34 now, so obviously when I got divorced, I was like, it was just after I turned 30, and it's young to get divorced, and I didn't really know anyone that had gone through anything.
Really? I feel like everyone's getting divorced at like
really
30
see
days.
When I did, I don't know why, but I just felt like no one really was. Like everyone seemed really happily married when I went through it.
Were they though?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know, do we? It's probably all a facade.
Yeah, exactly. There are so many.
They're all coming out of the woodwork now.
There are so many people that post happy families online.
I was one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I was one of them.
And
because it's easier sometimes to mask rather than face reality and go, actually, you know what? I'm not happy.
Yeah, you don't know what's going
But
on.
I've got you one. That's just a little gift for you.
Thanks.
And even if you haven't been divorced, I feel like it's something
I love the graphic on that.
Oh, thank you. So the lady that did my illustration, she's called By Holly Startup on Instagram, and she's actually done so incredibly well. I'm a massive fan of her illustrations, and when I did my book, I was like, I know who I want to do my graphics, because she's just so great.
I'll have to hit her up. I need someone to do my
she's great. Oh, she's so brilliant.
I was going to do it myself, and I'm over it now. Like, my illustrations are the reason I'm not writing the book anymore, because I'm like, can't be bothered to do the illustrations.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, you're quite handy with the old pencil.
I'm good at it. I just
oh my God, you should do it then. Just keep at it.
Freaking time. It takes like.
Could you get someone to like just kind of like clean them up a little bit? So like you do the basic sketch, but then someone just comes in and goes, yeah, we'll just,
I think
tidy it up.
I'd either do it or not do it.
Okay.
But
in or out.
Yeah. It's just time. So yeah.
I hear you, girl.
Sitting there waiting
Bless
to
you.
be done.
Yeah, and you know what? I am really proud of it, and I feel like it is available to buy online, like on Amazon. On my page, if you click on in the bio, there is a link. But it basically just takes you through the stages of separation. So there's like the shit hits the fan stage, the acceptance stage, the co-parenting stage, like basically the roller coaster of emotions that you go through when you get divorced. And it is a roller coaster. It literally feels like 1 minute you're about to like enter this most exciting like chapter of your life, and literally you can take on the world, and then the next day you literally feel like a ton of shit. Like it's literally like that. But yeah, no, I have had really, really good feedback from it, and I've had loads of women message me who have got it, and people that have bought it as a gift for women, which is so lovely.
Yeah, I've literally got so many people in my mind right now that I'm like, I might just
send this
send
to her. No, that's lovely.
Do you follow Laura Lou on
Instagram? I don't think I do actually.
She's just separated, and she's sharing like she's in the
I'll check her out after
stages, and like just watching her is like breaking my heart.
It's horrendous, and it's oh yeah, no, do and please do tell her about it, because I really do want people who are going through a separation or a divorce to read this, and at the end of the book feel empowered and courageous and go, you know what, I can get through this. And that was my main intention with it. So there are little like interactive bits as well, where you can kind of like list like the small joys in life, the bigger joys in life. So it's kind of like self-reflecting as well, and a lot about like self-love and self-worth.
I'm definitely going to get her address and send one to her.
Oh yay, that makes me happy. Thank you.
Well, thank you for bringing it and showing it.
No, pleasure. And I hope you enjoy the little bedtime read.
I'll have a look. So next up, we have got Spin and Spill.
Oh, Christ.
So here it is, Spin and Spill. So we're going to give it a good spin. Some of them are things that my audience have submitted, and some of them are things for you to answer yourself.
Oh,
so
Christ.
Let's see what you get.
For the first time today, I'm nervous.
You'll be fine, unless it's rank bank, and then just be nervous for whatever you're going to hear.
Christ.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Give it a good spin.
Oh, I give it a spin. Right, okay. Oh, I love the noise.
Good, isn't
It's
it?
going to be rank bank, isn't it? I could just tell.
Oh, it's Q&A. We had a Q&A last time as well.
Oh,
What have we got
Q&A.
today?
Oh, lovely.
So this will be a question for you that has been submitted by an audience member.
Oh, lovely.
So, this will be a good one for you, actually. What is your parenting mantra?
Oh, that's
Do you know
a
what
really
mine
good
is?
question.
Mine is you do you, because I'm so sick of, so this comes about because of breastfeeding, because I had the hardest time breastfeeding.
Oh my God, me too. Horrendous.
And I was made to feel like shit when I stopped breastfeeding for my own mental health by people that followed me. And my mantra then came about because I was like, no, you do you. If stopping breastfeeding is what's best for you, what's best for your family, then do that. Like, 100%. Who are these random people to tell you how you should live
and also
your life?
People don't know what you've gone through. Like, I also weirdly, we've got loads of weird similarities, me and you. I weirdly had a horrendous time with breastfeeding as well. I had an emergency C-section with my little boy and my milk was delayed.
Oh yeah, mine was delayed as well because I had a hemorrhage.
Oh,
so
bless you.
10 days it took. 10 freaking days.
That's what I mean. And like, people don't realise sometimes like the complications and how hard it is. And I literally had basically nothing coming out, so I had to top up with formula from day one. So it was a constant juggling act of trying to make sure I was giving him breast milk but also trying to give him formula, and boy did that boy want milk. So it was hard to kind of like feed to him the amount he needed, and he just guzzled so much from day one. So it is hard, but I think my mantra is, you know your child better than anyone else.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think for me, that's really important. Like, I know my little boy better than anyone. And what I think's best for him is right.
But you know, that's really
and his dad,
hard
obviously.
Though, because people don't believe you and they think that you're a neurotic mum. Like, I have a poorly little boy. He has a bad chest. So whenever he gets poorly, he usually ends up in hospital. And every time we go into hospital, they're like, he's fine, he's fine. So many times they've tried to discharge us, and so many times I've put my foot down and said no, and then he's ended up really poorly on HDU and like really sick. But they just make out that you're neurotic, and now I'm going through the same thing with both of my children in getting them assessed for ADHD.
Right.
And my daughter is the best at masking her ADHD at school. She's a model pupil. She doesn't do any of her stimming. She doesn't have any of the big emotions. She's literally like perfect in all her subjects.
Very common.
And then when she gets home, all hell breaks loose. She has the meltdown. She tells me
it's her comfortable space.
She tells me she can't cope. She tells me, she writes little things saying, "Mummy, I hate myself. I hate my brain." And I'm just there like, why won't these people believe me? It's so hard.
Can you keep things like that? Like, you know, when you
I've got her a journal now, and she writes in her journal because she feels uncomfortable talking to us. When she's in that heightened emotion state. So she'll take herself under her bed and she'll write in her journal and then give it to me.
It's like her safe space.
And then she'll give it to me and then I'll write back in her journal as well. So we'll take that to school and be like, here you go, this is how she feels. And hopefully they'll listen. But
I know similar people in situations like that. And, you know, I mean, my little boy could have ADHD, you know, obviously it's common, you know, if you've got autism or ADHD or, you know, something in your family, obviously the chances are that it's likely that, you know, maybe your child will. And I'm very aware, you know, that my little boy could. I think as a parent, always just be open as well to who your child is. And I think it's really important to acknowledge who they are.
Definitely.
And not sort of shy away from certain things because you're worried that they're not the norm. Or I think just always try and see your child for who they are.
Definitely.
Whoever or whatever form that is.
Definitely.
Just embrace it.
I wish schools would do that though. They're trying to shove all these kids into a box, but they're not all going to fit in that box. And Bella, my daughter, certainly doesn't fit in that box at all. She cannot sit down for an hour and do a subject. She needs to be moving. She needs to be walking around. She can't concentrate that long. If she's having a heightened emotional state, like she found out last Friday that her teacher's leaving to have a baby, and she went full meltdown at school, but they made her continue without going and having a timeout or, you know.
To have a moment to herself and just kind of comprehend it.
So they're trying to teach her that she has to suppress her emotions at school, that she has to concentrate, but that's not her.
No.
And I wish schools would get more up to date with neurodiversity and just being a bit more open to people being different.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. I think it's definitely different from when I was a kid. I mean, I remember the naughty children in my class at primary school.
Yeah.
And actually I look back now and actually it was just, they just couldn't sit still.
See, my brother was the naughty child and he got suspended. He was always in detention, but it wasn't because he was a naughty child. It was because he had undiagnosed ADHD.
That's what I mean.
That he couldn't cope with.
Yeah. And I think you look back now and, it was way worse when, I mean, I don't know how old are you?
32.
Okay, I'm 34. So similar age. And I look back when I was at primary school and I do think things have evolved and things are getting better slowly. I do feel that.
Yeah.
But we've got a way to go for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%.
For sure.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
Thanks for ever sent that in. Love that.
No, it was a good one.
Good one.
On that note, we're going to go head over and do Stroller Speedway. How are you feeling?
Even more nervous than that.
Oh, really?
That was all right.
Yeah.
I got away well with that.
Yeah. But now you've got to change a shitty baby's nappy.
Yeah, this isn't going to go well.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Pray for me.
So here we are, Stroller Speedway.
All right.
How exciting. How
I'm ready.
Feeling?
I'm ready.
You're going to do it.
I'm going to smash this.
Are you going to beat
Famous last
41
words.
seconds? Although that's a questionable 41 seconds because Jade did leave shit all over the baby.
Yeah, see, does she deserve to be up there?
Oh, I don't know. It's questionable. I mean, this whole thing's a bit subjective though because how clean do you want to get the baby?
Oh, they need to be cleaned properly.
Okay.
It's very important.
We'll
Hygiene
see
always.
if you're still thinking that in a minute when you see the state of her bum.
Christ, how bad is it?
You'll have a look in a minute.
Jesus,
so
what have I got myself in
the
for?
situation is she's done a poo.
Yep.
You need to take her out of the pushchair, change her nappy, put a new nappy on, get her as clean as you'd like your own child, do the vest up, put her back in the pushchair, slalom that way, and touch my shoulder to finish.
Touch your shoulder?
Yeah.
All specific, okay.
Yeah, because otherwise I don't know when to press stop, do I?
Got it, right.
So I'll give you a countdown to start and then we'll get going.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Come on, sweetheart. I swear to God, if you've put awful stuff in this.
Yeah, obviously.
What the fuck is that?
Oh my God, it's only Nutella.
It's in her crevices and everything.
It's only Nutella. To be honest,
gross.
I think it's easier to clean a normal baby than her.
Gross. Oh, she's got to be done properly. I'm sorry. It's outrageous.
So you're going to be at the bottom of the leaderboard.
Well,
then.
I'm sorry. I take this very seriously. Also, I'm not being funny. I've got a little boy, so this is all a bit new to me, this.
It's easier to clean a little girl.
Oh,
boys have bits that
gross.
spray at you everywhere.
I'm going to be at the bottom of the leaderboard, I think, because I care too much about the state of this child's bum.
Don't worry about her too much. My daughter loves bathing her every week after someone's been on my podcast.
Oh, it's your daughter's baby.
No, it's mine, but I take her home
right,
to bath
okay.
her, and she's adopted that role. She baths Annabelle every
gross.
week. There you
It's
go.
only Nutella. Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, it's Nutella.
Christ,
so you're at a minute already.
Oh
so
dear, it's not going
this is
well.
not looking good.
It's not looking good, is it? I'm so sorry. I care about the hygiene too much.
You've also put the nappy on backwards.
Oh my God, it's been a while.
She's going to be bottom
It's been a
of the
while.
leaderboard.
It's been a while. Okay, there we go. Oh God, there we go.
She's putting it on properly as well. There's some people that literally haven't even put the nappy on at all.
Okay,
it's barely even done up.
We're doing it. Look, her hands are up. She's happy.
Yep, she's happy.
Okay, there we go.
Go on then, get your slalom action
Safety
in.
first.
Oh
Safety
my
first.
goodness, she's
Okay,
thorough. She's
ready?
thorough. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. Okay, where do we reckon we are on the leaderboard?
Bottom.
You're not.
You're not.
I don't know how you're not, because you were just really thorough then.
Top mum. Top mum.
How is Emily still at the bottom of the leaderboard? She must have been very thorough as well. You are at 1 minute 44, so you're third from the bottom.
Oh, I'm happy with that.
So we're going to write it
And
on.
I feel like I actually took that really seriously. Like, she's clean.
Yeah. Daisy.
Oh,
We're
check
writing
me
it
out.
on because I'm moving up in the world next week and we've got magnets coming.
Oh, Christ, check you out.
Yeah, I know, right? There you go.
Checking I haven't got any poo in my fingernails. No, we're all good.
Oh, someone came on here once with proper big acrylic nails on and they just got poo everywhere. It was gross. But there you go. That's not too bad. I think you've done well.
Thank you.
Amazing. Well done. Let's head back over.
Let's do it.
Amazing. So how was your stroller speedway experience?
Stressful. I thought I'd left diapers and nappies way behind in the past.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to revisit that. But I thought I did all right.
Yeah.
I thought I did all right.
Well done. But thank you so much for coming on today. I literally feel like we could chat forever.
I know, it's been lovely. I'd love to come back. It's been so fun.
You can rival your own. You can challenge yourself on the Stroller Speedway. It'd be amazing. But could you tell the audience where we can find you online and where we can get your book from?
Yeah, of course. So I'm mum_about_town on Instagram. So Mum About Town, and I'm based in Hampshire, and I'm all things kind of empowering women, single mums, what to do in Hampshire and surrounding areas. And you can find my book in the link on my bio on my Instagram page.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so great. And you are brilliant at this.
Oh, thank you. We'll definitely have you
natural.
back and we'll chat again.
Fabulous. And can we just say as well, matching?
Next time, we need to make sure we coordinate
next time,
again.
just let me know what you're wearing before.
Well, it'll probably be leopard print.
Yeah, me too.
And bright colours. So, amazing. And thank you so much to everyone for listening and watching at home. Thank you so much as well for everyone that's left a review. I could give you all a kiss. Honestly, it helps boost us everywhere in the charts. So thank you again. And please do give us a subscribe, download, all the other things. And we'll see you next week.